Are you chairing it? Go ahead and call it to order. Okay, it's 2:00. We'll call the meeting to order. Item 2, public committee comments. Is there any public comments? Okay. Item 3, acceptance of contract work with Advanced Telemetry Systems.
I'm happy to report that ATSI has completed all the required contract work in upgrading the district's SCADA system, and that staff recommends acceptance of the project and issuance of the final payment in the sum of $4,700. That will bring the total project cost to $763,577.60 of the approved budget of $790,000. Come Monday, I'll have screenshots so that everyone can see what the new system looks like and all of the features that it has.
Thank you. So do we need to make a recommendation or anything, or is everything good? Do you want a recommendation to accept it, or?
I would like a recommendation.
That would be, I would be good with that. I'll make that recommendation. Okay, sounds good. Okay, item 4, duplex, triplexes, multifamily connection policy review.
All right. As you remember, this came up recently, and we had promised that we would look at the policy and do a red line. So in your handouts there, you'll see the cover page from our ordinance 104 in the table of contents, and it's highlighted where it's discussed under capital facility fees. And the entire section there is there for you, but the red line is on the last page. Where it says, all residential, commercial, public, industrial, and agricultural connections shall be levied a capital facility fee based on their meter size. And we have added, there is an exception for duplex and triplex connections. If an owner or developer constructing a duplex or triplex provides water usage calculations to the district, the capital facility fee and other connection fees will be based on the water needed for the development. Each unit will still be individually metered.
So this has been reviewed by staff and by legal, and at this point, we're just looking for acceptance of the wording. To actually change ordinance 104 requires another ordinance, and we're probably going to be doing a rate study here in the near future, and rather than, I think we can just wait and have all the changes done at one time. So
Yeah.
at this point, just looking for board acceptance of the language.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's good too.
And we would plan to follow this from now on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how will this affect the water meters over on Robertson and Church Street?
Does not affect them at all.
Affect them all, okay.
They wouldn't have had to even come to the board if this would have been in place at
Yeah.
that point. But it does affect,
No, it would have affected the last one that came to us, not the Robertson one. That was a situation where he was trying to meter multiple properties from one meter.
From one street
Yes.
to the next.
Yeah, right.
Always my only concern is fire protection. You know, if they have enough flow for fire protection for 3 units, they got it, so.
That's on them. If they then decide they have to have a, a larger meter, then they'd have to come back for that.
any other questions? We good? Okay, item 5, booster station and tanks projects.
I will get that, just a moment. Wanted to give you an update. We'll start giving you monthly updates now that the project is kicked off here and the contractor is mobilized. So the contractor is Canyon Springs Enterprises. Used to be DBA RSH Construction, but it's no longer DBA, just Canyon Spring Enterprises. They mobilized first over at the Gateway site, the tank site, and where the new booster station is going to be constructed. So they've started out with setting the forms and rebar for the tank ring wall, and they did pour the concrete for that today. And they've started potholing and laying out for the booster station so they can determine the tie-ins and the dimensions and connection points and such. So they will also, they've requested now markings up at the C-Zone tank site and the College tank site. They're going to be mobilizing for demolition at the C-Zone tank site here soon, within the next couple weeks. So that's where we're at.
Renee, are there some pictures from the Gateway that we could have for Monday?
I think we can get some.
Okay.
I'm sure
If
Justin
you
has
could just
plenty.
show the board the forms
Sure.
and the pour. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item 6, well 33 update.
So best drilling and pumps work is done at well 33 as of last week. The equipment got reinstalled, and after confirmation that the swedge was properly placed, and they did start up. So the district is now flushing the well and will chlorinate it and get it ready to be put back in service. So that's where we're at. And we'll be monitoring, obviously, sand and any gravel production stuff from that well. Keeping our fingers crossed and hope that that swedge was what was needed in there.
Thank you. Item 7, post-earthquake Cal OES reimbursement.
I haven't gotten anything from them yet. I'm hoping June. Seems to be at least 3 months to get payments on those things. So we last heard from them in March.
Thank you, Renee. Okay, now we'll move to number 8, give Renee a break, arsenic treatment facilities.
We've begun disinfection and clay valve maintenance at Plant 2 in preparation for the pumping season, as well as Plant 1 vessels have been drained and are currently drying in preparation for the under drain replacement. I recently had a conversation with Pure Flow, and the under drains are currently being constructed and are still on track to be delivered in June.
Thank you. Okay, item 9, solar production.
So for phase 1, which includes everything but the well 35 site, we had actual April savings of $50,068.77. Against the guarantee, that was $48,772. So we're performing better than the guarantee. And that is still with well 31 being below what it should be. I believe they're still waiting on equipment to repair that site. For well 35, which is phase 2, we had savings of $2,363 against a guarantee of $1,984. So both sites performing above guarantee.
Any questions on that, Chuck? No. Okay. All right, item 10, future agenda items. You have any? I just have one. Seeing how we're reviewing the water sales and service manual and that policy, I would like to bring to the board to look at the construction meter and the monthly reading, not changing the rates or anything like that, but I would like to discuss having a quarterly reading and letting the customers call in for 3 months and then do a once a quarter reading. Because it is, especially for me, and I've talked to several people that have come up to me, and it's hard to get them in because the contractors work different hours, and if we're out on the base, which most of us are right now, we're out there past 5:30 or 6 o'clock, and we leave before 5, so.
Have anybody ever thought of like just texting a picture or emailing a picture?
Absolutely, that would be great. If we could do that, that would be
I've
great.
done that a couple of times,
Either or would be wonderful.
but you have a meter full-time, so.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a good option, because I'd be a little leery to go to quarterly on the readings. That's stretching a little too far, I think, in terms of making payments and stuff,
That
so.
picture have to have like the meter number or.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
serial
that's,
number
I think we can make that work.
okay. If we could do the pictures, that would be great. I think I had asked Bernie, and she said that we couldn't take
Take
pictures,
your
so.
picture with it.
If we could
and
take a
we'll know who it
picture.
is for sure.
Yeah, there you go. With the date, showing the date, huh?
Would we take this to admin exec most likely, wouldn't you think, Don, and kind of a policy
Yeah, that's
change?
what would have to, yeah. Admin exec and probably finance too. I imagine both.
Can we bring it up Monday?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
It wouldn't be on the agenda.
No, it'll be on the agenda.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not on the agenda.
It'll be-
You can make a comment, then
At least comment on
they
it.
can say it can go to whichever committee or something.
Seems like you wait a month to to talk about it Monday night and then.
Yeah, it's
take
not like a
action.
rush. I just thought it would be, if we could do if people could take a picture and email it or send it in, that would be great.
You would think in this day and age,
Yeah,
Yeah, and then we don't have to keep hounding everyone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that seems reasonable.
yeah, I-
Well, we wouldn't have to hound Chuck,
No, there's more than Chuck, trust me.
but I agree with that, so. Either Chuck, I should say.
Okay, any other future agenda items? Okay, then we will adjourn at 2:10.
we should have started finance at 2:15.
2:15 instead of 2.